Oh, hey guys, it's about time you got here. Welcome to Happy Hour with the Knowles Woolsey team, episode number 11. Scott and Jules back with you once again. We are down at Painters Hall in gorgeous downtown Barrie. We
were so excited to be here. We got started without you. Now come on in and check it out.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to go meet up with Erin and Julie at the bar, but before we do, I have to tell you a little bit about this place. First of all, it's completely gorgeous. One of the best fine dining spots in downtown Barrie. The food's phenomenal. Just rated the best wine list in the city of Barrie. How good is that? Definitely after my heart. But on top of that, perfect for date nights. And if not, you've got a great spot for private functions. You take over the whole place and it's all yours. Let's go meet up with the gals at the bar. All right, guys, so we're back at the bar with Erin and Julie. Erin, thank you so much for having us today.
Oh, my pleasure. So glad to have you.
Thank you.
Good to be here. And for those, the few people out there that haven't been to Painters Hall yet, tell us what they're missing. What are you guys all about down here?
Well, we are an upscale bistro. So it's really great to come in and have a cocktail, an appetizer, or a full meal, 3-course meal. Sure. We've been operating here in this location for 11 years.
Wow.
So I think we've got it pretty much figured out.
That's amazing.
And I think
we
really heard what people want, and we tried to accommodate that.
For sure. Now, as far as hearing what people want, is there a sort of staple dish that everybody goes after that's been around for a good chunk of those years?
Definitely, we have some signature dishes. Our dish that we've had on the menu since day one is our braised beef short rib. People come from miles for that.
I've had it. It's next level for sure.
Our mussels and our scallop and pork belly as well are very, very good dishes. We take a lot of pride in our food because everything is made on premise.
Wow.
We have to have that because we have allergies.
Yeah,
I need
especially
to tell our
these days,
customers, what's in it, and we're go through everything, every ingredient item.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference in the taste and flavor, so that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So Painters Hall, that's an interesting name. How did you come up with that?
Well, when we opened, you come in through a long hallway.
Right.
When we opened 11 years ago, it was just the bar in the back. And there was no front room.
Oh, okay.
And so it was this long hallway. And we exposed the brick underneath. And we went,
so good.
oh wow, it would be great for artists, local artists, to showcase their work.
Right.
Okay.
And so we did the lighting to showcase on the artwork, and we do go out to the community and ask local artists to share with us Painters Hall.
So
cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Now, downtown Barrie, as near and dear to my heart as your #1 wine list. So what is it about downtown Barrie that you loved, operating out of?
Well, we love the downtown core, and over the last 11 years, we've really made a lot of friendships, personal friendships with the other people and restaurateurs, and they've been hugely supportive of us as well. We love that everything's kind of in a 1-block radius.
Sure.
Like you can go out and have an appetizer and a cocktail and keep going, and then have a beer, and then end the night with live music at a lot of different venues. I just love the fact that you can just walk around and everything's there, and the energy that's created downtown. I love downtown.
Yeah,
there is
sure.
a great vibe.
I think one of the coolest parts too is this back bar. I feel like it gets overlooked sometimes, and I've had some really good nightcaps at this bar.
I don't
it's
think
always
it gets
something
overlooked.
No, that's too funny. No, that's awesome. Now, I think obviously we're sort of here about real estate, so if we could put a little bit of that twist on it.
Yeah. What is your most interesting real estate purchase?
Well, personally, my husband and I, we bought the brothel.
Okay.
The Barrie brothel.
Okay.
So this house,
Do
a very
tell.
prominent house
Yes.
in the Sunnydale area, went power of sale because there was a grow-op,
Okay.
drug dealers, and it was a brothel.
Wow.
A very no.
It's quite the combination.
Yeah.
It was, and when we moved in,
Yet they still went bankrupt.
when we moved in, we had to put all my kids' toys and bikes outside, and to stop the people from knocking on the door. And what was even funnier is, you know, you're new, I'm in a new house, and I get a cab, and they're like, yeah, I know you. I know where you're going.
Yeah, I know the
so that was quite an interesting history of the brothel.
Interesting.
That's a great story.
Well, I think you have officially taken the best
Yeah,
most
for
interesting
sure.
real estate story. So I'll end on that note, but
Yeah.
thank you so much for having it. We really appreciate it and love what you guys do down there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Cheers.
To that.
Cheers.
So Scott, let's talk a little bit about real estate. What's happening in the market?
Yeah, so the stats are out, guys, for the month of September. You know, much of the same as the last couple of months out there. It's very stable, very balanced market. Our average price point in the city of Barrie is up just slightly, and our volume is up, you know, a little bit more than slightly, but over September of last year. So things are really cruising along out there, slow and steady. Nothing to get crazy excited about, but again, very safe, healthy market out there.
Something that I find that I'm running into a lot now is offers that have an SPP on them. What does that mean, and what's the process there?
For sure. So SPP will stand for sale of purchaser's property. So if you're a buyer and you want to purchase a home, but you have a home to sell, this is really a popular condition. Now, in very hot markets or sellers markets, there's no way you would ever get away with doing a condition on the sale of a home. However, when you're in balanced markets like we're in right now, it's very common. So it's a great tactic as a buyer because you're in a very safe position. You can negotiate, find your next home.
Right.
And then have a condition in there that your home has to sell before you firm up. However, it's not just that simple, because even after you negotiate your offer, that home that you purchased is now still actively on the market to other buyers. So essentially what you negotiated there is that you're now going to have first right of refusal on that property if another buyer comes in and wants to put in an offer. So the big thing you want to keep in mind as a buyer there is, you know, if you're in a position where you're going to have these conditions, is make sure your home is ready to go. Make sure you're ready to get that on the market within 2, 3, 4 days notice, because no one's going to take that offer if you're 2 weeks away from market, because there's really no benefit for them. So, you know, as a buyer, you really want to make sure you're in a good position to, you know, get ready and get on market.
And how does that work for a seller? Is it advisable to take an offer like that, or?
Yeah, it's a great question, and that's a debatable one for sure. You know, if I'm a seller and it's first week on market, I probably wouldn't be as excited to, but it really depends on how many showings you're getting, that sort of thing. At the end of the day, you know, they can turn out very successfully. The big thing you want to look at is what is that backup property. So what is that home that has to sell? Make sure it's priced right. You know, even get your agent in play here to go through, does it show well? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you're putting a good chunk of your baskets in this, or your eggs, sorry, in one basket here. You want to make sure it shows well and it's priced well. So I think that's the main thing at that stage. You know, if it's a townhome or an entry-level home, definitely a great option. If it's a luxury home at the top of the market, you know, might be a little bit more of a roll of the dice. So you want to be careful with those sort of things.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and the other thing, guys, that you want to keep in mind with those is when you're putting in that offer, you're going to have what's called an escape clause, and that's how long do you have to firm up on your offer if another one comes in. So if you're following us here, you put in an offer on a home conditional on the sale of your house, and then another offer comes in to bump you out. You can negotiate. Do you have 24? Do you have 48? Do you have 72 hours to firm up on that deal? That's a really important number, because you might be getting an offer on your house at that same time. So again, pay attention to the fine details on those ones, because it really can come down to the wire sometime, and it's important you have all your ducks in a line there for sure. All right, guys, the food's on its way, so that means this is a wrap for another month. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much to Erin and the staff here at Painters Hall for hosting us.
Make sure you guys get down here, show them some love. The food's amazing, the wine's even better, and it's such a great feel. Private function, date night, you're going to want to check this place out. Until next month, guys, cheers.
Cheers.